Hi everyone, my name is Branislav. I'm a senior Java developer at Webswing, and I'm the lead architect behind Webswing's Oracle Forms integration. In the previous episodes, we got Oracle Forms running in the browser. We looked at the admin console monitoring support tools, recordings, logs, and diagnostics. We showed how to secure access with Webswing security modules and user management, and we connected Oracle Forms running in the browser with practical desktop workflows like clipboard, file upload, download, and reports. Now we'll take the next step, embedding and advanced JavaScript integration. Because once Oracle Forms runs in the browser, we can start connecting it with the browser environment itself. So far, we have focused on making Oracle Forms available through the browser in a practical and production-ready way. But there is a bigger question for modernization. Can we make the existing Forms application interact with the modern web around it? For many teams, this is where the path becomes interesting. You may want to customize the page where the application runs. You may want to add content around the application. You may want to include the Webswing-powered application inside another web application. Or you may want JavaScript in the browser to communicate with Oracle Forms logic. That is what this episode is about. We are moving from Forms runs in the browser toward Forms can interact with the browser. Our Oracle Forms application is already running in the browser, but can we integrate it with the browser's HTML5 and JavaScript environment? In this episode, I'll show two important parts. First, we'll create a custom web folder in the admin console. This gives us an entry point where we can customize index.html and index.js. That means we can control the browser page around the Webswing application, add additional content, or include the application inside another web application. Then we'll look at communication between Oracle Forms and JavaScript. Using JS Link Direct, we'll send a message from a Forms button click to JavaScript. Then we'll send the result back from JavaScript to the Forms button and further into PL/SQL. So let's get into it. In order to integrate our Oracle Forms application with the browser's HTML5 and JavaScript environment, it must be set up and running. Then, as a first step, we need a custom web folder. We can set it up quickly in the admin console. Go to the application configuration and click Create Web Folder. When your web folder is created, you can find index.html and index.js files inside it. This will now be the entry point of your application in the browser. Now that we have a custom web folder, we can freely customize index.js and index.html. This gives us control over the page where the application runs. We can add other content around the application. We can adjust the layout, or we can include the application running with Webswing directly inside another web application. So this is the first important shift. Oracle Forms is no longer only launched as a separate application. It can become part of a browser-based page or a larger web experience. Since we already have an entry point in JavaScript, we can also communicate with our application code. This is where JS Link Direct comes in. Using JS Link Direct, we can send a message from a Forms button click to JavaScript. Then we can also send a message back from JavaScript to the button and further into PL/SQL. This creates a bridge between the existing Oracle Forms application and the browser environment. Let's see what we need. First, we have a push button in the Forms application with a custom Java implementation class. This button is the starting point for the interaction. When the user clicks the button, the custom Java class will handle the action. We also need a WhenCustomItem event trigger in the Forms application. This trigger will show the result that comes back from JavaScript. In the push-button custom class, we add an action listener for the button click. This is where we trigger a message sent to JavaScript. Then we also add Webswing's browser action listener to handle messages coming back from JavaScript. When the response comes back, we send a custom event to PL/SQL. So the Java class acts as the bridge between the Forms button, browser JavaScript, and the PL/SQL logic inside the Forms application. In JavaScript, inside index.js, we implement a handler. This handler receives the message from the Forms application. In this demo, we open a browser confirm dialog. Then we send the result of that dialog back to the Forms application. This is a simple example, but the same principle can be used for other browser-side logic. You can connect the existing Forms workflow with browser APIs, page logic, or other web application behavior. Now we can open the application and see how it works. We click the Forms button. The browser opens the prompt. After we confirm, we can see the result in the Forms alert. So the flow is complete. A user action starts inside Oracle Forms. JavaScript handles the browser-side interaction, and the result comes back into the Forms application. From a modernization point of view, this is important because it allows the existing application to interact with modern browser behavior without rewriting the entire Forms application. Let's translate what we just saw into the modernization path. In the earlier episodes, we focused on getting Oracle Forms into the browser safely and making that setup practical for production. But modernization is not only about changing where the application runs. With a custom web folder, you can control the page around the Oracle Forms application. You can add content, change the layout, or embed the application into a larger web application. With JavaScript integration and JSLink Direct, you can connect Forms actions with browser-side behavior. That means your existing Oracle Forms logic can start interacting with modern web capabilities. So, remember, you do not have to rewrite everything on day one. You can start by exposing the existing application through the browser. Then you can add integration points. Then you can gradually enrich the surrounding experience with HTML and JavaScript. And over time, this becomes a practical path from a legacy desktop-style application toward a more modern web solution. If you want to try this yourself, follow the steps shown in this video. You can find the relevant links in the description. In the next episode, we'll continue this modernization path and look at how to enrich old views with native HTML using HTML panel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.